Welcome back to the GSTL, where Lure has been the Protoss of choice for the team MVP, taking out Lenok. Like I said, man, it's like he's done the first part of a trilogy. There's 2 movies to go, man. He might not be able to get to the third one if he doesn't beat this guy. He showed great decision-making there against Protoss in the mid to late game, and I'm not sure if we're going to see anything more than a timing push here.
I would be a little bit surprised in this map if we don't see some kind of timing out of Lure. And he's warming up. Lenok is pretty calm.
Yeah,
at least he looks calm.
He looks calm for sure. You're exactly right. Pretty good win rate so far for our Protoss. Lure on this map, 100%. Has not lost a set here yet. Lenok's working on trying to figure out how he can change that. And Lenok to have a 60% win rate here is actually pretty impressive for a Zerg on this map.
MVP, they know that this is not over. They definitely know it. Lure wants to win here, wants to claim victory for his team. And of course, they are already preparing another player. Who's it going to be? We are all expecting DRG, but MVP might come up with something completely crazy here. The game's about to start. GSTL MVP against FXOpen. And here we go. It is match number 8 in this team battle. We currently have at the bottom of the map in the red the Protoss player for the MVP team. Following Chaos and Finale is MVP Lure! The third Protoss for MVP. He's up against the Zerg player, and a tough one at that. Starting to the top of the map, cross-positioned in the blue, we have last man standing for FXO.
FXO! Lino!
Now, Lenok's coach, Choya, told us during that very brief break that we had that Lure was someone he thought is actually a tough opponent, not someone to be taken lightly. And this is not necessarily something that people know because Lure has not been in that many televised matches. But, I mean, he never looked bad in any of his matches, but he hasn't shown as many games as Lenok has, for example. So it seems a little bit underwhelming as a choice. And you brought up a good point earlier. Dongregu may not be the last player. They may decide to use someone else here. Sniper comes to mind as he has been practicing ZBZ a lot recently. SC is a possible choice, but on Atlanta's spaceship, not something you would really want to do. Dongregu's a little bit emotionally unstable right now after his loss last night. He lost 3-0 to MC. Spoiler alert. So, I mean, he may not be their player of choice here.
I want to point out something about Lure. As you said, we haven't seen him in too many games, and this is certainly correct. But in the games that we have seen, he has an 86% win ratio against Zerg. He only had 7 games. He won 6 of them, and then he lost 1. And the one match that he lost was against Nest-T. He won 2-0 against Revival. He edged out another 2-0 win against Mia. He was able to defeat Coca and July. So definitely a player that has a lot of potential in this matchup, and this is probably exactly the reason why he's chosen here. Of course, the games that we've seen from him so far, it's not really a huge sample size, so 86% win ratio sounds great, but with only 7 games in the database, it's still not the best indicator, but it already tells us that this is definitely his best matchup, and that Lenok should be very, very careful.
He needs to be careful, and the map is something that's scary as well. Luckily for Lenok, we don't have close air positions, so Warp Prism play is going to be a little bit less attractive at these positions. It can still be used, and we have seen it used at cross positions on this map. Now, cross positions also means that that type of immortal push that we see via ground, the Warp Prism just accompanying it, is quite strong. I was, of course, originally referring to sentry drops. Still viable options. The question is, what is Lure going to do? It really, all ideas point towards Lure doing a 2-base timing attack with Immortals on this map.
He might surprise us here, but yeah, that's definitely what I think as well. Not just because basically it's because I think that this is the best map to do it.
Yeah. This is a tough match, or map for Protoss in the late game if it goes that far because it's so big. And the way the map is structured, it's really easy for Broodlords to poke at certain locations on the map. So it's not something you want to face if you can help it. You want to be very aggressive as a Protoss on this map.
Scouting probe is scouting, and the Overlord has spotted it. The Zerglings are all... Oh, he should have seen it. He should have seen it. The probe certainly saw the Zerglings.
And by the way, we have +1 before the core finishes. This really indicates he's gonna see it. I'm not sure if he saw that, but
if he paid attention to the minimap, he did. But this is actually a little bit scary. He could drop a pylon here.
And he, with the +1 coming out this fast, and he's chrono boosting it, it really seems like he is going to go for 4 gateway +1 pressure. It's not necessarily going to be the case. It will allow him to get +1/1 upgrades faster if he gets this +1 first.
Well, this is really scary. If he doesn't spot this one probe, this could mean he's trying to get away here. He saw now the creep and he's moving back. He would have been spotted eventually, I think, but for a second I really thought we would see him just hiding the probe and pointing down the pylon. This is something that I've seen at DreamHack play when Mana was up against Cytoplasm. There's one probe that you don't scout and suddenly there's a pylon right next to your base that you didn't see before. The warp in just catches you completely off guard, and that's really dangerous. But well, Lure decides to pull the probe back. It would probably have been scouted because we currently have Lino just spreading creep at his third base as well, but this was a little bit scary.
You're right, there's a Twilight Council on the way, which is going to line up perfectly with that +1 finishing, so he might just start +2 right after that. Great timing here. The Overlord did not see the Twilight Council, actually. It saw the pylon next to it warping in, so he knows that something is going to be placed there, but he doesn't know what. And with that placement, that usually actually indicates, see what that Twilight Council is exactly? That's normally where people put a Robo on this map, and, well, as I say that, he makes the Robo right next to it. And this is pretty telling of a +2 timing attack with Blink and Observer. It's starting to seem that way. Yeah. It's an old build, but it still works, especially on a map with a third bases like this for the Zerg.
Blink Stalkers can be so dangerous, especially here when you don't have... Even Burrow won't help him here because there's going to be an Observer, but you kind of need Fungals or a lot of Zerglings to make this work. Flanks and trying to catch the opponent when you already used his cooldown. And Lenog is scouting. He's moving in here and he will know exactly what is going on. He sees that the Twilight Council is moving, and yes, he has those information.
Yeah, and you know, you're right. You need something. You can't necessarily have the Infestors, but what's the most important thing about holding a push like this is you can't let it snowball. If the 2 or 3 rounds of Stalkers come in without you really putting a dent in the Stalker count, things just get out of control. Doesn't matter how many roaches you make, if he gets that critical mass of Stalkers with Blink and with +2 and with Observers around to start killing out the creep, things just get out of hand.
Lenog is getting a macro hatch, by the way. Really important here for the lava.
And it's at his third base, which means they'll have more spawning units at that most critical location. I really like the choice to get it at third.
I don't really know if I like him going for the armor upgrade though, because at this point the armor upgrade won't really help him. It will help him later on, but for the push that is about to hit, this is not gonna work. Because, well, why do you get the +1 armor upgrade? You basically want to cancel out your opponent's +1 attack upgrade. But yeah, there will be a +2 attack already. So the armor upgrade, there's the infestation pit though, and this is going to help him.
That thing on the production tab, that infestation pit that you just mentioned, it's almost the most critical part of holding this. He's taking a 4th base as well right now.
Both speed upgrades are on their way.
He may just take a 3rd though, you know? I mean, he has hit this really fast +2 time, but he's making a Nexus. It could be fake, but it could be real. And this is always the thing. As even a commentator, as someone who's watching this 100% has all the information, either is still possible at this point in time. And with hallucination, it's starting to seem like this is going to be real.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. And of course, Lenog is moving in here, and he wants to know later on, okay, is this really going to be a Nexus, or really is he going to cancel?
This is actually just a tough map to play the 3rd base on, though. It's really unexpected to see that.
We have an Overlord for Lenog in position though, and this one will be able to just spot if the 3rd actually finishes, and with all the cannons that Lure is placing down, we know that he will definitely try to play on 3 bases here, but Lenog so far doesn't know it, so he has to send the Overlord in and look at the 3rd once again. And now he has a lot of Infestors on his way. Infestors, Pathogen Glands, and, well, spreading the creep decently. 3 base against 4 base, that's what we are going to see now. Yep. We have another long game.
We will indeed. A nice, wow, look at that. Traps him, and there's an Observer.
That's a beautiful force field donut. Taking down so many of these Lings.
That was that was kind of hard to watch. I think that with the Infestors coming out here and Leonard having a 4th base that's uncontested right now, and he knows exactly what Lure's up to. Yeah, the supply's not that different right now, but that's about to change. When he gets that 4th saturated, he's going to continue his upgrades right now, and things are starting to look pretty good for Lenog if Lure doesn't get aggressive in some way here or take a 4th. I was going to say, he hasn't even gotten the robotic support bay. There it is.
And Lenok is taking a 5th now, and his drone count is getting completely out of control. He's currently at 93. Of course, at some point you want to throw down those spine crawlers so that you can safely tech to lair. But first of all, he needs the Spire, and there it is.
And there it is indeed. This attack, I don't know if this is going to work the way he wants it to with the amount of force fields available to him.
I don't think he really wants to commit too much here. He just wants to poke a little bit. Because this is not an army, this is not the amount of units that you need.
Oh, nice flank.
He's playing this too aggressive, and he's trying to take something to this down, but he's losing some of his infestors. He's a bit too aggressive with this. He might actually lose the rest of them as well.
If he goes for... Oh, he didn't go for the chase quickly enough. He may still get them with a blink forward here, and then continue to chase. He's not... He was not as active with his stalkers on that chase.
He's afraid. He's afraid of the follow-up. If he blinks in and Lennox funnels him and suddenly there are a lot of units, reinforcements attacking his stalkers, he will lose most of them.
You're right. Being very cautious here.
And he should be. This is, as we said, it's every single time a best of one, so you want to play it safe. And here they are, the Spine Crawlers and the Hive Tech. Exactly at the same time, and he's getting more and more spine crawlers. He knows he needs them, but Lewis just taking a 4th base right now. This is developing into a very, very macro-oriented match.
And the supply is very even because he got that catch earlier on. He's got the Colossi coming out. He may start to be aggressive, at least try to push the creep back soon, and get Stargate tech to detect towards that mothership. That's something he's going to need. 15 spines in production right now for Lenok, as is the normal way of things.
Look at the overload spread that Lenok has. He has those overloads everywhere. There is no chance in 1,000 years that Lure is able to sneak a War Prism into his opponent's base.
Now, he does have Hallucination. Something we have seen before is fake War Prisms. Something we may see is 3 Warp Prisms going in 3 different places and Lenok having to choose which one is the real one. And there's the Stargate. The Stargate has been made. That means that we are heading towards that mothership tech.
And he definitely is going to need it. With Hive about to finish and the Spire halfway done, this is really something that he needs to account for. He will face Broodlords here. And of course we have a 3rd Evolution Chamber. He really wants to go heavy on the upgrades. Speed for the Overlords is also done, and the Hive is finished. All these Spine Crawlers, a lot, but still 96 Harvesters. Lenok is playing this with a very high eco and a lot of Spine Crawlers for defense. A ton of them, actually. There's like 1,000 Spine Crawlers on this map already.
Lure,
everywhere.
Yeah, you're right. And Lure, I don't think this push is something he can do right now. He's going to lose his Colossus, maybe. Yeah, he definitely will.
He can't save it. What about the 4th base, though? Oh, the Lynx in the main base. Can they actually escape? They are trying to snipe the... Oh, the bay, but a little bit too late. Range finishes,
but indeed. Still, he gets the bay. And that means no more Colossi for an extended period of time.
And he kills a few Harvesters, too. No, not too many of them. He tries to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Oh, 11! Now they go down. Well done here. Oh, burrows a few of his Zerglings, not all of them though.
Yeah, there appears to be an observer nearby though.
No, it's the cannon.
Ah, the cannon can still see them, yeah. Well, the Fleet Beacon is on its way at the right time, and the Warp Prism is as well.
Lewis actually maxed here on 200 supply, while Lenok is still on 150, waiting for the Great Aspire.
I have to say, I underestimated the talent of Lure in this matchup. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I'm starting to see some great things here. I'm not sure if this blink was actually intended, or rather if the AI actually had him blink up there. I think that was actually a mistake.
The Zerglings are still at the bottom left, a few of them are still burrowed, and here come the 8 Broodlords. Lenok is now close to 200 supply. The Stalker, of course, dies, and still Lenok with 94 Harvesters, and he builds more of them. I like that he plays so Spine Crawler heavy, that he really tries to divide the map here, but at some point he will have to...
the Warp Prism!
At some point he will have to free up a Harvester supply.
He should have made that into phase mode. Well...
No, you stay put, my friend. You don't escape. Come back here, right now.
I can't believe he didn't just use a fungal, but... Actually, which... I think he should have fungaled because he uses less energy and it does damage. He could have, well... I guess that was the cooler way to do it. He was hoping that got caught on camera.
One for the gallery.
Yeah, that's for sure.
The mothership right now building Greater Spire is done. As mentioned, a lot of Spine Crawlers. Lenok still on 90 drones.
I'm going to get you guys a Spine Crawler count. That's my next mission. Oh, I just messed it up.
Well, good luck with that.
It's not going to be easy. So far, we've got about 22. It looks like that is the Spine Crawler total.
No,
I found more.
Yeah, we are already at, close to 40. No, actually,
30.
sorry. Yeah, 30. Sorry.
30, about 30 spine crawlers or so.
Oh, the Lings are active at the bottom right again.
Yeah, and a great pro pull here, but the second wave is going to be tough to defend. He's got some High Templar here, but they're not Archons.
Oh, the Templars die and the cannon will too. And now suddenly Lewis on the defensive. He's trying to warp in additional units. And this is a great attack by Lenok. He wants to free up supply. Those Lings are not all this important to him anymore. And he really makes this worth his while. He even burrows them. So once again, Lure has to bring some detection over.
By the way, the Archon count is at nearly 4 right now, which is... That's okay if you can get all the Archons into the Vortex, but you got to be careful about how you control this.
The last time I've seen a Zerg player play like this was an ST against Killer. I think it was at MLG, one of the qualifiers. Just look at this. He has 10 additional Spinecrawlers on its way. He still produced more drones. He wants to have this huge Spinecrawler count. He's even going for the Nidus network now. This game is going to be crazy. Currently, we have Lenok just playing so safe, going for this deadly composition and playing super safe with so many Spinecrawlers that Lure is really, really reluctant to attack into them. You don't want to attack into 20 Spinecrawlers. This is madness. Not with all those infestors that can fungal you.
Yeah, man.
How is he going to use this Nidus, by the way? He can't just expand on one of the islands?
I think what he's going to do with it is actually to attack the main base, but he doesn't have any Overlords in position yet. He took out
he's building one in the main base.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he's going to take that island expansion.
He's going for the island expansion. I actually thought for a second he was building one in the main base because we have another blue dot on the minimap. But no, first of all, he wants to take the island. I love it.
He has the option of doing it in the main base later as well. And this is actually perhaps going to scare Lewis, see how he reacts. Yeah, he sends it immediately home.
There's the second Nidus. He's getting in the second Nidus at the second island.
Lure thinks the Nidus is at the top near his fourth base, so he's sending everything home. Everything. And there's nothing there. There's just an Overlord. That's it. Now the second Nidus goes off at the second island, and Lure, now he's got 2 false alarms, but the real one that could come up in the main may actually be a problem.
The probe takes down those 2 tumors.
Yeah, drones caking him out.
God, I love this. And here comes the Nidus in the main base. This time it's for real.
This time it's real, but this time Lure is not turning around. He sees it. Okay, warps in the Zealot.
Oh, that's going to be enough. Yeah, with a one.
With +3.
Exactly. And he can take it down with a, of course, with a... Oh. No, buddy.
Nice is like, hey,
ho! Hey there, bye now.
Well, nice reaction there. Actually not overreacting this time with that one, as he did see it. The Broodlord count is currently at 16.
He just built a Templar Archive, and then he's like, oh, wait a second, I already have that. Cancel it as well. 21, 20
He's got
infestors.
Neural. Remember, he has Neural, and this game may be decided by Vortexes.
And Lenok, well, he's not gonna clump up his units like this. He's actually just fungaling the Observer now. He knows that he needs to shut down his opponent's scouting. That's exactly what he does. Upgrades for both of them, nearing +3/+3. Of course, Lenok now with 2 additional expansions to the top left and bottom right. And both of them with a huge bank, minerals and gas available to both of them. And now even a transition into Ultralis. This game is going to be so crazy.
I feel
crazy. This is utter madness.
It is, man. Oh. That's what it's called when that happens. It's cradness, dude. And I think that...
It's a new word. I just invented it. The mixture between crazy and madness.
Yeah, it's cradness. I think that we're going to have to see some Warp Prism play if he wants to take out these bases that he must know about, despite not seeing them. He's heard the Nidus. What is that going to be for? Of course, he's got those bases. He's dropping some probes because he knows he doesn't need that with this much bank right now.
The drone count at 73 now.
No Warp Prism. He's getting +1 for air. It's going to help his mothership out slightly. And this will allow him to make a transition to air later if he needs to.
Lenok builds additional drones. This entire game, so many Spinecrawlers, so many drones. I really would love to know how many drones he actually built. And another Nidus. Where is it this time? It's actually to the left side of the map, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I don't know. Where is it?
I don't...
not in the main base, not at the natural. Where is the Nidus network? I have no idea. Oh, there it is, right beneath the Overlords.
Okay. So he can reinforce instantly in a fight.
And he can save his infestors if need be.
Yeah. Here becomes the problem. This is what I talked about earlier, is late in the game, there are so many great positions for Broodlords on this map. I think that he needs, I mean, it's not only me that thinks this, he needs Vortexes to win this game. The Templar! Okay. All right.
He tries to get into a good position here. The Infestors need to be careful.
Yeah.
He has the Zalnaga Watchtower. Is he attacking into this? It looks like he's going to.
The Broodlords are stuck. They are trapped.
Have Lure on the move. He's moving in. The Broodlords are trapped indeed. But the Nidus, with the Nidus, they're actually able to go onto the high ground. This is so brilliant. This is one of the best Nidus network use that I've seen in a while.
Now he's got the Infestors and Broodlords on the concave where he can siege up this base. It's perfectly done.
It's so subtle.
Here we go. He may knurl this. He's going to be so careful with that mothership the way.
And there it is.
He knurls it and wastes one vortex and the second one. I cannot believe he did this. A huge oversight by Lure. This is a elementary mistake, sending the mothership that close to those Infestors with no support.
It dies, and so does the third base, so did the fourth base for Lure, and now Lenok is on the move. He has 11,000 resources gathered up. Here comes the fight. MVP Lure is blinking in. There are so many Broodlords, 12 of them, 18 Infestors. Look at those Infestor Terrans. That's 52 Infestor Terrans, already 60, and the army of Lure is just evaporating. This is crazy!
And Lenok is losing a lot here, but he will have the bank. But he does have the bank. His larva count was over 90. He's trying to decide what he's going to make. First, he starts with 9 Ultralisks.
9 Ultralisks, and he still has 10,000 minerals.
And, well, Lure is out of luck, he's out of money, and he is out of time. Lenok, his Broodlords have not been dealt with, but the Ultralisks are going to start walking across the map as soon as they spawn. A Nidus network, actually, he's like, oh, walking, that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe I bring him in with a Nidus.
Nidus everywhere. He plays this so well. Lure, he had, in this late game scenario, you have to have the mothership, and Lure was too close to the high ground. It got fungled, it died, and so did the hopes of Lure dealing with its army. He's finally able to kill those Broodlords, but well, there's a huge surprise coming his way. We have a lot of Ultralisks, and they are ready. 170 supply against 131, and just the bank of Lenok. That's all he needs now.
He's got more Infestors with this too, 14 of them, and that's going to allow him to fungal and really make these Ultras connect.
Lure walks up the high ground, walks up the ramp, then he sees with his assimilator what kind of force is waiting on the high ground, and he's like, oh well, no. Nah, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to engage this. And another Nidus, and this time it's in the main base. It's in the main base at the bottom right. He warps in another Zealot. He sees it soon enough, but this time one might not be enough, and he sends in the second one and the third.
He's even going to make a third just in case. Takes out the Nice at the top left as well. But, you know, right now, the game is not over because he still has the army, but he doesn't have any money, so he needs that base. He needs another base, and Lenok has taken all of them but 2. There's 2 bases on this map that are unoccupied right now in the middle of the map.
But how do you take this fourth? What do you do when you are Lure now? You need the mothership, and you have it. You have the mothership, it's ready once again. Nope, it's actually not.
No, he didn't even remake one. He doesn't have the money.
I could have sworn that I saw one on the production tab.
He may have started one and canceled it, but he doesn't have the money to afford this. He needs these double neck side that he's making right now.
Another Nidus, by the way, once again on the high ground to the left. He's trying to take down the fourth Lenok, that is. 180 supply against 150. There it is. It is Nidus time once again. The probe spotted it. Lure is trying to double expand.
Lure, it doesn't
He's desperate.
He seems a little bit confused. He's trying to decide what to do. He's sending his units in multiple directions. He will take out this Nidus, but this is just Lenok spending money to buy time because he's like, all right, go over here, and then go over here, and I have so much money I could just make another one, and he does, and it finishes.
So he's getting a lot of Spore Crawlers right now. Lenok is playing this so cautious. He knows exactly what kind of position he's in right now, that he won the fight. He has 12,000 minerals, 6,000 gas. What more could you want? Look at the bank for Lure. It is non-existent. It doesn't exist. And I think what actually happened is that he built the mothership in the one Nexus that died. That is the most likely thing.
You're so right. I bet that's 100% it. The Broodlord support here is enough to help push these Archons back. He needs some Storms, but look at this engagement for Lenok. It's fighting the Protoss Death Ball in the way that you should, and he's doing it well. Storms against Ultralisks, they ride the Storm, man.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Thanks for taking out the fleas on my back with those Storms, because I really appreciate it.
The feedbacks are nice. The way that Lenok approaches
Look at the zoning. He has the Ultralisks push the Templar far enough away to where he can't feedback, then keeps moving the Templar and the Broodlords in slowly. He wants to kill him. He's ready for the
Leenock
finishing blow.
has 94 lava. 94. He can remax in an instant, in the blink of an eye, with all the bank that he has. And now he is pressuring his opponent. He's backing Lure into a corner. He's forcing the Protoss to fight. The bundles go off. The Broodlord support storms a few Archons trying to run in from the back. But there they are. They invest their Terrans as support. And now Lure is dropping in supply. Leenock as well. But he can rebuild. Lure cannot. He doesn't have gas. He doesn't have minerals. And he's losing his mining bases once again. GG! As Leenock takes down player number 2. He ties the score. FXO is even with MVP in points.
Well, the question now remains, is Dongregu the final boss today?
And Leenock, he is not as serious as he usually is. He is celebrating, but he's like, guys, this is not done. There's one more player to go.
He is all focus. He is all about the win. He's seeing nothing else right now.
He's in the zone.
Dongregu talking up things. You see Sniper there as well. It's not certain who it's going to be. It still could be SC as well.
Maybe DRG says, well, I've been preparing so much for Protoss. I didn't play ZVZ lately. I might not be the best player today to take Leenock down. If I'm in good shape, if I trained, if I actually am in a position where I know that I can win the ZVZ, I'll play it. But it might be that we see another player.
Mentally, he's not... I wouldn't say he's 100% healthy right now with how he reacted to his loss yesterday and the loss itself, his play yesterday. Plus, beyond this, I mean, I think that in ZVZ it's not going to be a matchup he feels comfortable in, as you mentioned. Now, what happens next is maybe Dongregu might step it up and say, I want to go to Busan. I'm not putting this in somebody else's hands. This is up to me. I want to bring this to my hometown. And that's what he says. Dongregu steps off the bench, wipes his nose, and walks to the booth because it is time for the final boss against Leenock. I could not have hoped for a more exciting conclusion to today's Team League match.
DRG, it is up to him. In the Coda semifinal, he lost. He lost to MC. Now he is playing against Leenock. He wants to go to Busan. He wants to go to the finals. He wants to play for his team now. And Leenock, he's the final boss here. He defeated 2 Protoss so far, and now it's the inevitable. It is Leenock against DRG. This is going to be crazy good. The last map is Atlantis Spaceship today. We are going the full distance here at the GSTL.
The full distance, a huge map, ZVZ, game number 9. It's up to Dongregu to bring his team to his hometown, where he wants to impress the fans there. He wants to go to Busan. I am actually I'm so excited, man. This is going to be epic.
DRG gets a second shot, and now Leenock, the last team match, and they played NS Hosa. He was the one who made it happen. He was the one taking down Jakji, and now he is facing another champion.
Ooh, he has got to get his nerves ready. I'm sure he's been preparing for this all night last night, all day yesterday, or all day this morning, getting himself calmed down mentally, talking to his girlfriend, talking to his coach, talking to his teammates, making sure that he is mentally prepared for this. He is strategically prepared for this. He knew from the beginning his opponent would likely be Leenock, and I'm sure that he is ready as far as build orders go. It's a big map. He could not have necessarily prepared for Atlantis Spaceship. Oh man. Leenock, you know, I really feel like he actually, the way he played things out here today, the way the map choices were for FXOpen, the ordering for FXOpen's pick, really forced this situation. They can't use SC here. They don't feel like using Sniper for some reason. And Dongregu, the final boss, man, he has come out. He's warming up right now. He's ready.
Game. What a match now. This is one of the best CVZs we could hope for, one of the best final games that we could hope for when we started with MVP against FXO. Both of them are really tense, trying to get into the mindset. They are both ready. DRG still has to, there he is, joins the lobby. Last map, guys. This is, I love it. Leenock defeating Tails, defeating Lure, and now the things, they are on eye level here.
This is so sick, man.
Yeah, indeed. This is going to get crazy.
I knew before I came to the studio today we were going to see a semi-final match, and I thought it would be a decently close semi-final match. I never expected this. I never thought we'd see Leenock against Dongregu. Game 9. One of these teams is going to Busan. Will Dongregu be able to bring them there, or will Leenock take out 4 players in a row. This is the GSTL. This is Game 9. I am Wolf. With me is Calder. Let's go into Atlantis Spaceship.